Hey there, you Scoob. This is Randy from the Grawlix Podcast, and I've got something a little bit different for you today. Today we're going to do kind of an unboxing slash initial impressions review of Comic Bento, which is a subscription mystery box service. This was sent to me a couple months ago. I've been dragging my feet on this review just because I've been busy, but it's time to get to it. They sent this to me free of charge in exchange for an honest review, and that's what they're gonna get. I'm not getting paid for this review. However, they did give us an affiliate link, which you can hit in the description if you think this is something you'd be interested in, and we do get a little bit of a kickback. That's not gonna shade my opinion one bit. Let's get on with it. Comic Bento, what is it? Well, the title gives a little bit of it away. Comic books, but we're not talking floppies, we're talking graphic novels. There's no t-shirts, no little trinkets, it's just graphic novels and trade paperbacks. I was initially very interested in this service because I liked the premise. There are similar services, and I'm not comparing this to those, but there are similar services in which you get comics, but they're just floppies, and I didn't want to fill up my long box with occasional one-off book of something that I don't buy anyway. But I'm good with filling up my bookshelf with different graphic novels, so you can grab like a different story every time. So this service struck me as particularly interesting. Now, each month costs about $20 if you're doing the month to month. A little cheaper if you buy like 6 months at a time or buy a year's worth of service. The price drops down per month. But we're looking at about $20, and it promises, more than that worth of books. And we'll take a look at that as we go along. The box, as it came to me, it's a nice looking box. A little rough around the edges, but that's not Comic Bento's fault. That's shipping. It's going to happen. But it's a sturdy box. Take a look at it, flip it over, comicbento.com. Now, I think the box looks very nice. This is something I hadn't really thought about until Jesse had mentioned it for a written review of another service. You can find that on the website. I'll probably put a link to it here on the screen. It looks nice. The design of the box is nice. The only downside to something like this is if somebody sees it sitting on your doorstep, if the delivery services, you live in one of those places where they'll just leave a box on your doorstep, people know what's in it, and that might entice them to grab that box. I personally don't have that issue. It gets left in an office. I live in an apartment building, so it gets left in an office, and then it's like Fort Knox in that place, I can barely get my own packages out of there. And the package is sealed with tape here, here, and here. So it's time to bust out the knife. This is what you're greeted with. You've got this bubble wrap. Just set this over there. And the comics all come together in this like vacuum sealed thing, which is good, because if your package gets wet, your graphic novels will not get ruined. So that's nice. And they kind of went the extra step. Like there's even that chunk of cardboard in there to keep everything straight. Bust out that knife again. They've got a card describing the books that come in your package. In this case, I believe this was, again, like I said, I've been dragging my feet on this review. I think this was the July box, perhaps, in which the theme was They Robot? Something like that. Every month they do a theme, so that's kind of cool. I enjoy that concept there. This will give you a breakdown of each book, what it is, and also a little intro as to like why the books, why these books, and then you get the, the descriptions of each book, and you can see it's a front and back deal here on the card, is pretty much the solicits, so, But let's get to the books themselves. The first book I was greeted with is Bubble Gun. Bubble wrap. Bubble Gun. I'm not familiar with Bubble Gun. It says Comic Bento exclusive. I'm assuming that's an exclusive cover for this. And this book collects Bubble Gun issues number 1 through 5. Here comes my favorite part, pronouncing names. It was written by Mark Roslin, art by Mike Bowden, colors by Andrew Crosley, David Curell, and Eric. I'm terrible. Listen, names are on the cover, all right? I don't need to pronounce them all for you. Joshua Reed was the letterer. This was released by Aspen. Let's take a look inside. Looking inside, you've got a very bright, vibrant book. The art looks nice. This is just first impressions. I haven't read this, so I can't do a full review of the book. I'm not a huge fan of how the coloring is done, but I'll reserve that for another time, another review perhaps. Moving on to the next book. It Came, that's quite the title. I like what I see here. This looks promising. It's very much got the It Came From Outer Space type art style on the cover. Created by Dan Boltwood. He did the art as well as the writing. This right here seems a little bit more up my alley. You've got a black and white style comic book. I like the look of it. It's very nice, very clean. And it looks like we've got... Listen, I'm a sucker for any time you can have a character exclaim, "Science!" I'm very interested in this. I like the B-movie thing. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of humor here. So this looks very interesting to me. Up next, we have Voltron, Volume 1, The Sixth Pilot, released by Dynamite Comics. Now, this collects the first 6 issues of a recent Voltron series from Dynamite, written by Brandon Thomas, art by Sean Chen, Ariel Padilla, and a very sexy cover by Alex Ross. And by sexy, I mean Voltron robot painting looks nice. This looks... The inside art looks okay. I could be wrong, but I want to say this has been fairly well received, this series. Voltron, obviously. Voltron from back in the day. I mean, they're really like chasing after some of my childhood nostalgia. Would I necessarily pick this up? No, but I have a feeling this would be much more in line with something that my Grolix podcast co-host Jesse, I think he would enjoy this quite a bit. Maybe I'll send it his way if he's interested. But Voltron, yeah, I mean, it's Voltron. I can get down with some Voltron. All right, and that's 3 books. And honestly, I expected 3. I don't know that they specify a certain amount each month you get, but I was expecting 3. And we have a 4th here, so that's like already, that's nice. It's taken me by surprise. Here we have a Diesel Sweeties Treasury. I'm a rocker. I rock out. Which, just by the look on the character's face, that's the tone in which I imagine he would say it. This is written with art by Richard Stevens III. Diesel Sweeties is not something I'm familiar with, but it is a long-running webcomic. As you can see by the cover, and we'll take a look inside, it's got this very pixel art style. Again, this is not something I'm familiar with, but actually I've looked into this a little bit. I haven't read any of these yet, but I looked into this a little bit, and I kind of liked what I saw. So this interests me quite a bit too. It's a very nice looking book. So we got 4 books in total. This little card and bubble wrap. All right, so let's take a look at the value. The box will cost you $20 plus shipping and handling. Now, of course, the books you get are going to be different every month, but let's take a look at this box, what I received, the value of what actually came in the box. And also keep in mind, might be able to find some of these cheaper online, but we'll go by the retail price listed on the book, and if you pick up any of these in a comic book shop, likely you're paying the retail price on the back. Bubblegun, $12.99. It Came, released by Titan Comics. I didn't notice that before. $14.99. And then the other 2 books, Voltron and the Diesel Sweeties collection, I'm a Rocker, I Rock Out, $19.99 a piece. So you're looking at a total combined value of $67.96. So if you're just looking at the numbers, this Comic Bento box is a killer deal. $20 before shipping, that's a very good deal. But here's the thing. Keep in mind, this is going to vary from month to month. And anytime you're getting something like this, where you're getting books or entertainment, it's going to be subjective. Here's my opinion on this box specifically, before breaking down how I actually feel about this service. Here's how I felt initially. I was kind of disappointed. There's no DC, and I'm mainly a DC reader. There's no Marvel, which is okay. I'm okay with that, but you don't have any of the big 2, which is fine. I'll just say this. It struck my interest. Nothing else jumped out as oh, cool. I love the idea of the service, and I recognize that some months maybe you'll get books you're not interested in. Some months you will get books. I want to say recently, perhaps even this month, the box they're doing is As Seen on TV. That's the theme. And in that case, you're going to get possibly some Flash and stuff like that, because it's books that have some tie to all the superhero stuff going on TV. But that's going to change from month to month. So it's actually kind of tough to review. I like the concept. So for me, this is a mixed bag. It's hard to put a definitive yes, this service is great, or this sucks. But then again, this is what you're going to get with any mystery box service. So it kind of comes down to, if you're looking for a good deal and you like the idea of just getting some random books and possibly discovering something new that you hadn't read, or just something different, something out of your wheelhouse, something unexpected, something surprising, I think this would be perfect for you. I think that's the perfect mindset to go into this box with. If you're picky or you only like specific things, maybe take that $20 and go down and get the book you want. For me, it's a mixed bag. Like the idea, I am not currently subscribed to Comic Bento, if that says anything. If this sounds cool to you, affiliate link in the description. I'll take a kickback for it. Come on. I want to thank Comic Bento. I do appreciate that they sent this box to me. And I want to thank you for watching this video. I hope it's been helpful. Throw a like and subscribe, perhaps. We got lots of podcast stuff going on all the time. We're always talking comics. Also, don't forget about the bubble wrap.